Funeral services are set for Saturday for UVA senior Yardley Love, who police say was killed by her alcohol-fueled boyfriend. The killing has renewed the focus on drinking by college kids. Some residents in college towns say it's about time the problem got more attention, especially those who have found themselves under siege by some hard-partying fraternities. Matt Mahar reports.
By day, it's a portrait of excellence in higher education, the University of California at Berkeley. But when it gets dark, some Berkeley residents say their neighborhoods come under siege by out-of-control fraternities. Someone pulls a fire alarm at a frat party. In front of another fraternity, this student is so intoxicated, he's passed out on the sidewalk. And drunken students scream from fraternity rooftops at 2 a.m. It's like a scene straight out of the classic comedy, Animal House.
Thanks. I needed that.
But neighbors say it's all too real. Some residents here in Berkeley say they can't take it anymore, and they filed a class action lawsuit against all 35 fraternities here at one of the nation's top universities.
Sometimes they start on Thursday and they end up stopping Monday morning.
Paul Geisel's family has owned this quaint home just off the Berkeley campus since the turn of the century.
They viciously broke into the back of my house, kicked in the back door, urinated and vomited on our furniture.
You're not just some grouchy neighbor trying to ruin everybody's fun, are you?
No, I'm not. They threw a 7.5-pound barbell weight off the roof at my wife who was working in the yard, just missing her.
Scared for his family's safety, Geisels has installed surveillance cameras around the house. Look at what his cameras captured. Parties spilling into the streets, students urinating on his property, and fights that have left the sidewalk in front of his home splattered with blood.
Yes, I got people breaking into my house. My name is Paul Geisels. I live here. Just send somebody, please. What do you mean breaking in? You're on my roof. They're trying to break in the back door.
He repeatedly calls the police, but says the harassment hasn't stopped.
Members of a fraternity shot my front windows out, and the bullet holes are still in my window. They would sit here and shoot BB guns at my wife and my cats when they were out in the yard.
Watch as Geisels walks over to politely ask the frat boys to quiet down.
I mean, you woke me up like 3 times already. Oh, that's going on 2 o'clock in the morning.
But listen to the threats after he walks away. Just like in the movie Animal House, one of Paul's neighbors alleges she was struck in the head with a golf ball and had to receive emergency medical treatment. When we recently visited the neighborhood, we saw students stumbling from one frat party to the next in all sorts of costumes and togas. Several students were so drunk leaving frat parties, they had to be carried home. This student openly urinated in the bushes. And after beer bottles were thrown, a fight broke out in front of this fraternity. This fellow clearly wasn't on his way to fix a flat when we saw him rolling this tire up the middle of the street at 3 in the morning. And this young man was so wasted, he actually passed out on the sidewalk. The student had to be taken away in an ambulance.
Brothers, don't say a
We tried to talk with some frat members, but they weren't happy to see us.
Can I talk to either one of you guys?
No. Don't film me.
Some students made obscene gestures, while others became confrontational.
Get your hand away from the camera.
Attorney Jim Eubank speaks for all of the fraternities at Berkeley.
We tend to see those sensational incidents, which nobody condones, by the way, as more isolated and not a pattern of behavior.
He and fraternity member Anthony Wright spoke to us via satellite.
I have had neighbors come up to me and tell me that the situation has improved.
I'm telling you, some of the worst behavior we witnessed was from the roof of your fraternity 2 weekends ago. Where were you then?
Had someone made a complaint, it would have been addressed immediately.
As for Paul Geisels, all he wants is to just have decent neighbors.
The fraternities maintain that lawsuit is without merit. As for the university, it admits some fraternities have engaged in bad behavior, but it says they've worked hard to address those issues. In fact, one fraternity has been shut down.